Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Screen Time. Here are the best upcoming Marvel movies. Number 8, Black Widow. Marvel Studios has been developing a Black Widow spin-off movie for a long time, and they were finally ready to pull the trigger after Avengers Endgame. The studio worked with Scarlett Johansson to find the right director, interviewing hundreds of candidates for the job before landing on the indie filmmaker Kate Shortland. Plot is under wraps, but the film is said to chronicle Natasha Romanoff's time as a spy before the events of Avengers Infinity War, even delving into her life pre-Avengers. Harbour is playing Red Guardian, which in the comics was the USSR equivalent of Captain America. Pugh, meanwhile, is playing Yelena, a character who is in the comic books on the mantle of Black Widow after Natasha. The film was set for release in May 2020, but was delayed due to the coronavirus concerns.
I've lived a lot of lives, but I'm done running from my past.
I know you're out there.
I know you know I'm out.
Number 7, Eternals. Eternals is based on a comic series created by Jack Kirby and revolves around a group of superpowered and nearly immortal beings. Marvel enlisted acclaimed writer-director Chloe Zhao to take the helm. Filming began in fall 2019 and was completed in 2020. The film was set for release in November 2020 but was delayed due to the coronavirus concerns. Number 6, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. With Shang-Chi, Marvel is looking to produce its first superhero movie with an Asian lead. The film is based on a comics character created in the early 1970s by writer Steve Englehart and artist Jim Starlin, and was born out of Marvel Comics' desire to acquire the rights to the TV series Kung Fu, which they were denied. Instead, they acquired the rights to the villain Fu Manchu and created Shang-Chi as a son of Fu Manchu. In the comics, Shang-Chi was raised and trained by his father in martial arts, but when he learned his father was actually evil, he turned against him. Marvel intends to fill out the ensemble with a mostly Asian cast, looking towards Black Panther as a template for how this kind of movie should be put in together. Short-term 12 director Destin Daniel Cretton won the directing gig over the other candidates that included Alan Yang and Deborah Chow. The film will introduce the MCU's real Mandarin to be played by Tony Leung, following the fake out of the character in Iron Man 3. Filming was taking place in Australia but was shut down over coronavirus concerns. As a result, the film's release date was pushed back from February to May.
I train, I lie, I kill. Just
Number 5, Untitled Spider-Man, Far From Home sequel. Just as Spider-Man Far From Home was hitting theaters worldwide, Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures were locked in contentious negotiations regarding the extension of their partnership on future Spider-Man films. Briefly, Sony holds the license to Spider-Man, but starting with Spider-Man Homecoming brought Marvel Studios and its president Kevin Feige on board to serve as the lead creative producer to help steer the direction of that film, a reboot, and subsequently its sequel given how well Homecoming performed. In summer 2019, talks between both sides broke down over how to proceed, but in September, the two sides came to an agreement on at least one more Spider-Man movie starring Holland, who will also appear in more unnamed MCU films. Far From Home writers Chris McKenna and Eric Sommers are reportedly returning to pen the screenplay, with John Watts back in the director's chair. Number 4, Thor: Love and Thunder. Marvel signed Thor Ragnarok filmmaker Taika Waititi to return to write and direct Thor 4 in July 2019, but at Comic-Con a few weeks later, Marvel broke the big news the film will feature the return of Natalie Portman as Jane Foster, who becomes the MCU's first female Thor. She'll co-star opposite Chris Hemsworth as well, Lebowski Thor, I guess, and Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, who was deemed King of Asgard at the end of Avengers Endgame. Filming is due to begin in August 2020 in Australia. We exclusively reported that Christian Bale is now in talks to join the cast in the villain role. Filming was due to begin in late 2020 for a November 2021 release, but coronavirus concerns caused Marvel to shuffle its release date calendar and push this one's release to 2022. Number 3, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. While 2016's Doctor Strange was no doubt intended to start a new franchise, the follow-up was put on the back burner so Benedict Cumberbatch's character could take a key role in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. In December 2018, it was revealed that Derrickson had quietly closed a deal to return and direct the Doctor Strange sequel, and at San Diego Comic-Con 2019, Marvel confirmed that Derrickson and Cumberbatch would be returning for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Derrickson described the sequel as the first scary MCU film, and it will co-star Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch, with events that tie directly into the Disney Plus series WandaVision, releasing months before Doctor Strange 2. Jade Haley Bartlett is on board to write the screenplay. However, in January 2019, it was announced that Derrickson was departing the project over creative differences. Although he will maintain an executive producer credit, it was reported that filming is still on track to begin in May 2019, with Spider-Man and Evil Dead filmmaker Sam Raimi entering negotiations to take the helm. Filming was due to begin in June 2020, but that was scrapped after the coronavirus shutdown. The movie was first pushed back from its original release date in May 2021 to November 2021. In April 2020, it was announced Doctor Strange 2's release date had once again been pushed back to March 2022. Number 2, Black Panther 2. Sadly, this highly anticipated sequel is in flux right now. In August 2019, Coogler turned in his treatment and spent the following year writing the script for Black Panther 2, only for star Chadwick Boseman to tragically pass away on August 28th. Filming was tentatively stated to begin in 2020, but no one at Marvel knew the extent of Boseman's illness, and thus how they plan to proceed with Black Panther 2 right now is in flux. Number 1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The third Guardians of the Galaxy movie was originally supposed to start production in early 2019, but writer-director James Gunn was fired off the film last fall following the resurfacing of some bad jokes he made on Twitter years ago. Unbeknownst to the public, Gunn continued to meet with executives at Disney in the interim period. After he took a job writing and directing The Suicide Squad for DC, and it was announced in March 2019 that Gunn was being rehired to direct the film, the intended 2020 release date was pushed back, and production won't begin until Gunn finishes The Suicide Squad. But through all the turmoil, Marvel Studios kept Gunn's completed script, so we'll get to close out the trilogy as he originally intended. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.